Hello out there to everyone in the verse. Gabby here with my weekly show where I do my best to offer up advice and solutions to the many interpersonal problems that any one of us might face, whether that be tackling relationship difficulties or just being an ear for someone in need. Tonight we have a couple of interesting stories I want to share, and of course a Dear Gabby update as well. Remember that if you have your own difficulty you would like to share, please mail in your concern or you can post it in the comments below and I will give my very best advice to you if chosen. So be sure to let me know your troubles for your own chance at a problem-solving take from the galactically known Gabby. I will try not to rush tonight's show, but I gotta tell ya, Gabby's got a hankering for something to eat, which reminds me to talk about tonight's sponsor, Twins Sandwiches. These aren't your everyday average kitchen-made sandwiches now. Gabby can make a mean Thorshoe meat sandwich, but sometimes I just don't have the time. But that's okay because Twins has me covered. I get on down there and order me up a bacon club, which is my go-to. But at times when I'm feeling frisky, I grab the Godmother, which has layers of cured meat and salami stacked high with tangy Faso cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, roasted peppers, and their famous house dressing on rice bread. I keep meaning to try their avocado and corn, but every time I go, I just gotta have my two favorites, and sometimes Miss Gabby isn't too adventurous, at least with her food. But by all means, all of you need to head over to Twin Sandwiches or order directly from your Moby Glass and try that avocado and corn, and let Gabby know how it tastes. And as they say, it's what's inside that counts. My tummy's grumbling, so on with the show. Our first letter tonight is a prime example of growing older and how that can change our interpersonal relationships. They write, Dear Gabby in Space, I turned 40 this year and after speaking with my wife, got the okay to plan a night out with a few of my longtime friends, and so the four of us set out on a pub crawl around Stanton. We only made it to our second stop when one of my buddies got pinged on his Moby Glass app from his significant other, who needed his help with their daughter, whose pet Yao Yao had a fishbone stuck in its throat and needed veterinarian help. This led to the others wanting to call the night short before any of us really even had a buzz. I was disappointed to say the least, but more than that, I was a little angry and said some things that probably made it least likely for us to meet up again. Looking back on the night now, I think it was a bad idea to try and force some youthful fancy on a group of people who were not the same friends that we once were. I cannot remember the last time we spoke on a regular basis, and so I think we've all changed. I guess for the better, but who knows? I just wanted to warn anyone out there who might be thinking of doing something similar for the sake of trying to relive some youthful night of fun. It isn't worth it. Signed, Peg the Plenty. Dear Peg the Plenty, your story is one that I have heard very often, but at the same time I have also heard of longtime friends getting together and it worked out. I think the difference is in how you spend your time. I'm assuming most of your friends are around your age and might also have significant others of their own in their lives. So perhaps you could have considered a different way to spend the evening that is more up to their speed instead of trying to redo something that you all at one time enjoyed, but through growth and different circumstances, their taste and even yours have changed. Perhaps you all could have gone out and watched a race together or had done some rock climbing. The point is that perhaps the hustle of a pub crawl or just spending the evening trying to recreate things you no longer do was just too stressful. And I bet if all of you were honest with one another, I'm sure some of you were dreading the whole evening before it even started. You all once shared a bond, so don't throw that away lightly. Try asking them what they would like to do and maybe take a vote, and then choose something that you all can enjoy together. I hope it all works out, and I hope you also don't give up on those relationships. Take care. Our next writer is going through a tough time, and I hope I'm able to help. They write, Dear Gabby in Space, I am a law enforcement veteran who lost both legs after the back hatch on our ship slammed into me. I have some new prosthetic limbs that I've been adjusting to, but I fear my neural damage is too extensive to allow me to get back into the field and the job I love. I don't want pity, and I'm not looking for anyone to feel sorry for me. I already get enough of that on the tram riding to physical therapy. What I'd like to know is if there are any career paths you know of or places that specialize in hiring amputees that offer up meaningful work. I'm not useless, and I would like to do something meaningful and work for a company that is understanding of my situation instead of just being put out on some lonely station in the middle of nowhere to sell drinks and rations to cargo haulers. Thanks in advance for anything you know, and I enjoy your show. Signed, Tony No-Toes. Dear Tony No-Toes, I have to say that I really like your attitude. Very often when dealing with a lost appendage, we in the profession see a lot of hopelessness and despair, and so I think you already are starting off on the right foot, if you pardon my little joke there. I took a cue from your name and figured humor is how you're dealing with your situation, which is a good thing. So I hope you laugh. Just don't laugh your ass off. You've lost enough already. It just happens that I can help you out by passing along your information to a very good friend of mine who helps veterans for both the military and law enforcement find career paths after they retire or are retired due to injuries. I happen to know that Microtech is currently needing security enforcement, so maybe that could be a good fit and right up your alley. We'll be reaching out to you, and I thank you both for your service and your letter. It is now time for a Dear Gabby update, and this week's update makes me all warm inside. I know some of you will remember the writer Fitness Over Biscuits, who I helped on the show a few weeks ago. Well, she has written in and says, Dear Gabby in Space, I wanted to thank you for your help. After speaking to my partner and me expressing my concerns, he admitted that he is not happy at his current job, and he gets so bored that he does eat too much, and thought maybe the cold could also be a part of it. He plans on looking for another job, but until then, we have created a workout schedule and have been hitting the gym a few days each week, and I have started making him meals ahead of time so he has something healthier to eat. I can already tell a difference in his energy levels, and we've been getting along better. Thank you so much for your help and for helping me see another side to the problem. Now that is great news, Fitness Over Biscuits, and I am happy you two were able to discuss your problems and cut out the arguing. That is all for this week's show. Now remember that next week I will be going to a conference on Terra 3 and my show will be a repeat, but I think it's still worth listening to and might be one you missed, but I know all of you never miss a show and even go back and listen to the older ones. Anyway, I wish all of you nothing but healthy and happy lives in the verse. Until next time, good night and stay safe.